How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more short Brawl. Today, we're checking out Jhoira, Ageless Innovator. And we have a plan. I don't know if it's going to work out, but we have a plan. Don't need to show off anything. Our plan is based around one of the artifacts from what do you call it? Missing out on a cast trigger. That's kind of sad. Uh, uh, so let's put our side down. Is this a sorcery speed? No, it's not. Don't think it is. Monument of Perfection has found its way into the deck. We're about activated abilities at the moment. We got our free 2-drop. We're in draw there. We are not finding artifacts, which is sad. Although we have a lot of them, this deck is a little light on creatures, if I'm being honest. 18's not bad, but it's not. Because essentially, you have around 50 cards to play with. So that's roughly a third of our non land cards, but a little bit over. Um, Hector left. So we want to get her as high as possible. Hmm. Opponent? Let's kill Guruk. Don't know, boy. Very difficult to say. I don't know. Utility pieces like I have enough for that. I do, but I don't really need it right now. I don't want to waste Rebuke on a single defiler either. I don't know. I was thinking about utility pieces like this because this kind of fits into the same vein as Realmbreaker. Realmbreaker is just better, but they serve a similar-ish niche. And the problem I've been finding recently with cards like this is that Wizards knows that an ability to tap and do X for, in this case, it's a land, guaranteed land, but in Realmbreaker's case, it's a possible land. Um, like just in case. Uh, Rivers Rebuke our opponent. Give it another go, opponent. I think we will. So we're doing a very bad job at being an artifact deck. We just not drawing any. I'm pretty sure they exist in the deck, but I have not found them. But anyway, back to this topic. Like Wizards knows the effect of having an artifact that gets you an additional land every turn is just kind of eh. So they tack on additional abilities to it. In this case, you can make this one a 9/9 Phyrexian Construct artifact creature with Toxic 9. In Realmbreaker's case, you can search up all your Praetors and put them on the battlefield, right? Like, the result is, but the result of them adding these kind of like bonus features to make the middling effect more appealing is that you kind of end up in a situation where you want to build around the functionality of the additional effect, because the additional effect generally promises a lot more power than the middling effect, right? Like, and as a result, it just kind of rude opponent, rude. Only creature, so only I could pump you, my dragon. I am gonna wrath your board next turn, opponent. Soak up a little bit of damage. iPhone. Don't understand, but okay. Looted Delta. Now that's interesting. Jin-Cataxius, we're gonna need you on the battlefield. Pass the turn. I have a Mystic Sanctuary in the deck. Looted Delta should be able to get Mystic Sanctuary. Unless I didn't put it in the deck, which I'm 90% sure I did, but we'll double check upon the conclusion of this match. The Mystic Sanctuary is in the deck because we want our rebukes and our Brawl's expertise, our basically want our mass removal to have an additional use. GG opponent. You have a Vorinclex. I recognize its superiority. Bit rough. Bit rough. Let's look at the deck real quick. Sanctuary isn't in there. Definitely should be. There we go. That will be a little bit hard to proc though on it. Did not see many islands in that deck. But we should be. I don't know. I think it's rare enough that it might work out. Two of our dual lands also count as islands, so I don't think there's there, but there might be. Wooded Foothills, crack it, get a steam fence. Taps, we don't want to pay 3 life because we don't really have anything to do with it at the moment. Yeah, back in the day, I used to watch a lot of. I should play back to first. used to watch a lot of modern videos, and the amount of times you would see, like, fetch land, cracked fetch land, decline. Get a shock land, shock yourself, like, that play pattern is deeply ingrained in my understanding of modern. I don't know if it's still around, though. Probably is. I don't see anything recently that would replace it, but won't deny that most things are possible in Magic. You're not an artifact, though. If I could Rift to build up mana, I think it's what I have to do. It's not great, it's not flashy, but I need to not lose because I don't have the resources to cast my spells. The only way I see to do that at the moment is to move towards a Gilded Lotus on 5. Because next turn we draw the land, everything's fine. That's well and good. We just cast it. No, we could have just snagged it, but didn't need to. It was unnecessary. We're still going to attack just so that we can get to the Orrery quicker. We don't really have a good use for Magda. I mean, she can get... technically can get one of the cards that we want. I'd rather just have an Orrery. Indulgent Aristocrat. I have a paper copy of it somewhere. I think it's from a bit of an older set, so it's awesome. It ain't older. It's not that old in comparison to Magic, right? Like, Magic has been around for a long time. 7. Yeah, I think it's 7. 7 plus 21 years. No, we had a 25th anniversary, so older than that, huh? I think it's close to 30 at this point. Wow. Amelia, we DC'd. What's going on, opponent? Our opponent has DC'd, I think. I don't think they're roping us. Generally, if somebody ropes you, it's that they just stop playing. It's not that they suddenly dip out in the middle of a trigger. So I imagine our opponent just DC'd. It's a bit of a shame, but we're both having mana problems. Our opponent has the advantage in board presence, but it's not likely to stick around. Although they can't possibly know that. No block. We will Orrery. And Stone Rain the basic. I think our opponent's DC'd, so Stone Raining their only planes probably not the worst thing that we've done today. They're not even here. vampire sleeves? I suppose so. I don't know. For a while, Magic had like a really distinctive art style, despite the fact that it generally employed a bunch of varied and unique artists. Like it had its own uh, kind of stylistic distinction, but recently it has lost a bit of that. Like there's some artwork out there that you look at it and if you played enough Magic the Gathering, you'd know immediately that that was a Magic the Gathering artwork. You can especially see that sometimes in on YouTube with like some of the channels that do like D&D based lore content. You can look at some of their artwork and you'll be like, where do I know that from? It's Magic the Gathering. It's Wizards of the Coast. Um, they share the same IP, right? So makes sense that you're looking for artwork that's similar. Look to the guys who are producing large amounts of artwork that are part of the same company. I don't know if that's the real reasoning behind it, but these days, Magic Art has changed a little bit. Like we have alternate art kind of styles where it changes drastically, but even some of the non-alternate art stuff has just kind of morphed in how it looks, right? Like if you look at some of like the alpha and the old art, you can tell that it was not the most impressive stuff. But then like if you look at Nykthos, which is like a card from 2011, 2012, versus World of Invention, card from like was it 2016, 2017? Like you can see that this is more. It's not as complex or as detailed. Like they're still very beautiful works of art in their own right, but the art quality has also increased, I suppose. Gilded Lotus is an old one, but this artwork I don't think was the. It might have been the original. It might have been. I don't know an awful lot about Magic specific artwork, but we want to grab a island. There we go. Talk about improving artwork of Magic the Gathering. Some of it has improved in other ways, right? Like this is a more simplistic, like cutout style, but it's still interesting. Just not like your traditional Magic the Gathering style artwork. Like Nicol Bolas, he's very traditional Magic the Gathering. Odier Actional, pretty much traditional. Not that strange. Yeah, I'll take it. Go away, Ogier. Show me what else that deck has. Could be something, could be nothing. You never know. Stormkiln Artist. An arguably more dangerous card. Love to see it. I don't know, whenever I Chaos Warp my own stuff, I get garbage, and whenever I Chaos Warp my opponent's stuff, they get something decent, and I question as to why the card exists. Or if I have some kind of negative luck stat that automatically makes it trash. It's a good card. I know it has function, but me man, me. I wish it would function slightly better. Maybe I just go Gilded Lotus next turn. one's an island. Did this in the wrong order, though. We should have went Fabled Passage first, because then we wouldn't have had to lose any life. Or I would have Foothills would have never been able to get the Sanctuary anyways, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. So let's just grab our land. No need to complain about it too much. I can get a 6-drop artifact next turn. Do I have any 6-drop artifacts that are possible outlets to change the current course of the game? Because I have nothing and our opponent has something, and I do not approve of that. I also just play Ovika. Treasure map. Make goblins and yeah, make goblins and win the game. I knew there was an avenue, just didn't know what it was actually. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.